remember that, was it Otiko Efisejaba who at her vetting realized that she didn't have a national service certificate? It became an issue. So you don't want to overlook this very important issue, and then later in life when you're about to be vetted to become a minister, you are found wanting. So yes, today we are going to answer a very, very important question concerning the national service scheme. If you skipped it, there's a way out for you. And this morning we'll be talking about that as well. Mustapha Ussif is Executive Director for the scheme. He has joined us in studio. Good morning, Mr. Ussif. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, and good morning to all your cherished listeners.
First of all, great to have you with us. And you have been at the helm of affairs for the scheme since 2017. Give us a brief snapshot of how that has been.
Thank you so much. It has been refreshing and also very innovative journey so far. I assumed office February 2017, and after going through all my handing over notes and also touring my offices across the country, we package reforms and initiatives that we think that will bring to bear and make national service very attractive. Like you said, national service is mandatory for all Ghanaians above 18 years. In fact, Section 7 makes it an offense for not doing national service. You can't get a job in Ghana. If you're a Ghanaian and you haven't done national service, it's an offense for any employer to employ you if you haven't gone through national service. So we try as much as possible to make it very accessible and also very attractive for all those who are required to go through it.
So let's talk about the deployment process itself, because last you announced that 77,962 personnel have been deployed for the 2019-2020 year. Take us through that process. What does it look like?
Thank you so much. First of all, the service starts with we requesting all the training institutions, that tertiary accredited training institutions like the universities and also the polytechnics, to submit their class list, their master class, their final year class list to National Service Scheme for us to start the processing. Once we get a class list from all the accredited institutions in the country, we then process it for them to be able to be deployed. Then the registration process or the processing of the class list, we generate PIN numbers for the service personnel to be able to register, to enroll, to become to be on our platform. Then after the registration process, then we deploy. And this year we deploy 77,962. And after the deployment, they still have to also go through some registration process as well. They have to go to their user agencies where we have deployed them. For example, if a national service personnel have been deployed to multimedia, the service personnel then have to then move after printing his or her appointment letter, then go to the user agency, which is multimedia, for multimedia to endorse and accept the service personnel. Because during the registration process, we also allow the user agencies to put in application and request for service personnel. So we normally would deploy to user agencies that have made request to us. Then once they accept the service personnel then move on to book an appointment on our website. You book an appointment for you to go and do your biometric capturing. So once the biometric capturing is done, then you are then ready to move to wherever you have been deployed to go and do your service. And this year, service starts 2nd September 2019.
Okay, so if I've gone through the process and I have a challenge with it, maybe my name appeared somewhere that I don't know, or there's some sort of challenge with what I've done, what are the avenues available for me?
We have offices, 10 regional offices across the country. We also have 265 district offices across the country. We have head office. We also have a call center at our head office. So if you have any challenge going through the registration process, these offices are open. We are also very active online on social media platform, Facebook, WhatsApp. You can reach us at any time for us to assist you. We have a PR department as well. So during all these channels are available to assist any service personnel that is having challenges to either whether to register to get yourself enrolled or even the registration process, you are finding it difficult to allocate the use agencies where you have been deployed to go and do your service.
And after the deployment, what next?
After the deployment, that you then report your your use agency. Then the use agency have a responsibility to ensure they accept you so that you settle in well and also go through whatever they've requested you to come and do. So like this year or most of the years, we deploy to, majority of service personnel are deployed to the educational sector, the schools. Last year, for instance, we deployed almost 44,000 to support teaching and learning in Ghana. So most of the teachers, we fill in the gaps in schools where you have no teachers. National Service fill in those gaps. So we normally will collaborate with Ghana Education Service, find out vacancies across the country so that we then deploy to fill in this gap. We also deploy to the health sector, which is one of the biggest use agencies that we deploy to all the hospitals that we have. So those with health background qualifications, those who have done nursing, pharmacy technicians, lab technicians, we deploy all of them to these areas. We also deployed to the financial institutions. They are very, we call them the private use agencies and industries to support industry so that they can also contribute to the development of our country in terms of our economy. So most of these private use agencies also use the service personnel to augment their workforce.
In 2014, it was discovered that there was some alleged corruption going on within the National Service Scheme. You remember that case?
Yes, I do.
Some persons were posted, they were not going, but salaries were being paid. How are we monitoring to ensure that persons who are posted to various places across the country actually go?
So that is why we introduced in the biometric capturing. The 2014 incident was unfortunate, where the ghost name scam. I believe that's what you are referring to, where a number of people were implicated. About 156 national service staff were implicated. So we've put in structures to ensure that we have only legitimate, those who have been deployed, and also those who have reported are paid. We have a monitoring process. First, after you have been deployed, that's why at the registration time, we'll capture you biometrically. And also we've put in the e-switch system where GIFS, Bank of Ghana agency, called GIFS, you have to have an e-switch account before you are paid. So National Service as an institution don't have control. All what we do is to process your data, do the validation, do the auditing, and submit your data to controller. Once controller then satisfy the numbers, they then instruct Bank of Ghana GIFS to make payment.
So if you are not verified biometrically, you will not receive your payments?
Yes, if you have not verified, you have not been captured biometrically and verified, you will never receive payment. And also we have monthly return form, even when you have been deployed and you have your biometric data has been captured, okay, and even verified. Then you have to also report at the said use agencies where you are doing your service month by month. You are supposed to be endorsed. Your monthly return form is supposed to be endorsed by your line manager before you get paid.
What if the line managers are in on the collusion?
It will be very difficult because, for instance, if you are deployed to a district called Mampuru Moduri district, your lineman, your head teacher have to endorse, and the district education director, and these are highly respected people who will not connive and condone with you if you haven't done national service, and they will want you to be paid for work not done.
But realistically speaking, how would the education director visit every single school in his district to verify that all the students are there, all the teachers are there?
Because they have head teachers also in those schools, they will rely. That is why on the form, the head teacher have to also endorse to ensure, to confirm that you are at post and you are working before the district directors will also pen their signature.
For the national service offices, because you have 275 offices across the country, why don't they carry out some of the monitoring?
They do. We do our own monitoring. We do unannounced visitation to use agencies, and ensure. But I was taking you through how payments are done. Those are the monitoring to ensure that, yes, the service personnel are at post. Even at the head office, we have monitoring department where we do unannounced visitation to user agencies to ensure that the service personnel that we've deployed, they are at post and they are working. And also, but that is not to confirm payment. I was taking you through how
the payments confirmation
process.
Well, yeah, for the payments confirmation process, I'm just asking because I personally have seen this happen a lot of times where people will say, oh, I was posted to some school in some village somewhere. I've arranged with the headmaster there. And then he just signs to make sure that I'm there. And at the end of the month, we share the money. It's something that happens.
I won't dispute it, but I'm telling you, it is unlikely because of what we do, the impromptu visitation that we do to schools. For instance, this year, I visited almost all the 10 regions. Okay, and anytime I'm going on such visitations, I'll go with the monitoring team and also the regional directors. We have regional directors across the country. They have monitoring departments in those regional offices. The head office have monitoring departments. And each district, we have district directors. So the district directors will also even do head counts of service personnel under their jurisdictions. The district directors of national service would always do head counts to ensure that what outside the monthly monitoring form that is endorsed by the line managers and the user agency, yes, they can also confirm that the service personnel are working.
Don't we have ways of electronically verifying this information?
Oh, there is new technology coming up where people can be tracked to various locations.
Which is what I'm asking.
Yes, and it's something that we are building on to ensure that we will infuse such technology into our system to ensure that real time, wherever you are deployed and you say you are there, we can confirm through our platform to see, yes, you are at post geographically.
Why do people do what is termed as reposting?
National service, we have instances where legitimately, if you are not well, ill health, or if you are physically challenged, and without our notice, because during the registration process or the enrollment process, you are asked to indicate some of these things. But service personnel sometimes will even escape such instances. If you are married and you are heavily pregnant, and we deploy you to a very far place, and after the deployment process, we realize that you have a genuine condition, we normally will deploy you to a very close by so that it will not hamper your service period. Officially,
how is that process done?
Oh, you report, if it is ill health, you bring a medical report from the accredited health institution or a medical doctor. Then you report it to the regional office or the head office. Then the head office, based on the evidence, will then can repost you to an institution where it will be comfortable for you to do your service.
Now, in this, when you were engaging and doing the announcement for the posting of the 77,000 people, you admonished prospective personnel to refrain from getting in touch with unscrupulous persons who may offer service postings in exchange for money. Shed some more light on this for us.
We've noticed that some unscrupulous persons are going around on social media luring national service personnel that they can guarantee them their places of desire to do national service, and that is why we've put in such publication. We've also engaged the security agencies, the national security, BNI, and the police, that we won't condone such things, and if you are caught extorting monies from service personnel, young Ghanaians who are going to do service, instead of encouraging them, you are extorting monies from them to do national, to help them postings, and you are caught. The laws of this country will deal with you.
I've seen some of these adverts. I was very surprised where people are openly on social media advertising that they can do this.
Yes, I've seen them myself, and that is why we put in this publication, and we've made such publication from time to time.
How does it affect your work?
It is very disheartening that when you are putting serious mechanisms, systems in place to ensure that service personnel are deployed, the deployment process becomes incident-free. Unscrupulous people who also want to make your work very difficult by moving from one social media to another social media, advertising, because there's suspicion that even the national service scheme itself is involved. It's there, which is also it's a human institution. So we try as much as possible to avoid repostings.
It's 3 minutes to the top of the hour. You're live on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. I am Daniel Dazi here with Mr. Mustapha Ussif. He is the Executive Director for the National Service Scheme. This morning, we are asking questions that have to do with your posting, if you have been posted, or if you know someone who has been posted, and if you've not done national service before. That question came up when we're preparing for this. We need to answer that for listeners, but we'll get to that shortly. Now, though, I'm curious, if the work of these persons on social media worries you so much, and these persons display who they are on social media, how many have been caught?
Last year, we got over 20, and we arrested them through the national security. Even in my office, people who come to loiter around. And this year, we've written officially to the IGP requesting for security to patrol our premises to ensure that only our staff and unscrupulous people moving around thinking that they can influence the posting process are caught and dealt with by the laws of this country. So we've informed the security agencies, both national security, the BNI, and also police, to ensure. We are working very closely with these security agencies.
So 20 were caught last year?
Yeah, 20 were caught last year.
This year?
This year, so far, there's no arrest. There is no arrest this year.
But some of these accounts still exist?
Yes, it's still existing, and we are monitoring. We are currently, on daily basis, we are monitoring with the security agencies on daily basis.
How many of these people arrested are your staff, NSS staff?
So far, they've not been any evidence against any of our staff, because we have, in our system of deployment, we have a track for every activity on our system. So we normally, after all these arrests, there is investigation going on, and it has not led to any of our staff.
Okay. Isn't it curious, though, that these people are successfully changing people's postings as they claim to when they provide evidence of, and your staff are not linked in any way?
It's surprising. Sometimes it's very surprising that they are able to get what they are able to change the posting, but it has so far, the 20 arrests that we have made has not had any link to any of our staff.
Right, we are listening to Mustapha Ussif here on your Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Now, the reposting issue comes because people are not motivated to work in some parts of the country. So if people are posted to those areas, does the service have any work to motivate them to stay there?
Yes, we've collaborated with the MMDAs, the municipal, metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives, and we are working very closely with them, and also traditional rulers. And let me use this platform to appeal to all traditional rulers that when service personnel are deployed to their respective communities, we expect them to also support, and we also charge our district officers to at least support national service personnel who have been posted to their respective districts, so that they will settle in well. People have this fear that if you are born and bred in Greater Accra, you attend University of Ghana, and you are posted to a place like Tantala in Yagaba Kubori constituency, where you go and there is no telephone network for you to, they find it very difficult to go. But after, even we have service personnel who have also accepted postings to such areas, and they've made huge impact in those communities. And there is one example I want to share with you. There was a young guy last 2017 that we deployed. He was born here. He has never traveled across the shores of Accra. He attended University of Ghana. Okay. He was deployed to a community in Volta region, a very remote community called Patoi. This young man went there. The communities, the school that he was deployed to go and teach, the community the students were not attending schools. Only 50 students people were in the school. He organized a community, the whole community, and let them know the importance, community sensitization. By the time this young man left that community, he had enrollment over 500 students. And after the national service, he applied for a master's program. And his personal statement that he wrote, the impact he made, secured this young man a scholarship to go and study.
Wow. So
huge national service personnel, majority of them are making huge impact in communities.
Beautiful. Very, very inspiring story there that Mr. Mustapha Ussif shares with us. He's Executive Director for the National Service Scheme. If you have any questions for Mr. Ussif, you can send them in on 0244 340 437 0244 340 437. You can also tweet at us at Joy997FM and go on our Facebook page, Joy 99.7 FM. Didi, good morning. Please inform the NSS boss that his employees as the Tudu branch take money for reposting. I witnessed one scenario like that during my time at Demlachu, North Kaneshi. Hello, Joy FM. How can the female service personnel be protected from sexual harassment by those who are to do this monthly endorsements for them to be paid? Hello, Daniel. Is national service necessary if I can become a minister without it? From Nana in Cape Coast. A lot of interesting questions coming in. I'll take a couple more. Daniel, my friend never showed up for his national service yet. He says he got his certificate. He used his allowances to sort out his superiors and all was well. I think the monitoring system is still weak. He also wants to know how the National Service Scheme addressed the issue of accommodation, especially for those being posted to places where their allowances is not enough to afford them to pay for rent. I went through that problem. Most of my friends had to change their postings due to this issue. And have they made it mandatory for private enterprises to demand for a person during their national service for employing them? A lot of questions for Mr. Mustapha Ussif to answer for us. We'll be right back to have him address them. We'll also be opening a phone lines at a point. Stay with us.
Welcome to 21st Century Service Provision. Need to pay your ward school fees?
Thanks, Daddy.
Want to flex that girl?
Wow, he's so cool.
Grandma needs airtime to fill me in on all the village filler.
Hey, me be a guy.
Or you're just tired of having to hop from app to shortcodes to website and back. Welcome to the new phase of buying, selling, and connecting with customers. Welcome to convenience and technology. Welcome to My GH Pay, myghpay.com. Make or receive payments online from anywhere using a Visa card, MasterCard, GH Link card, or your mobile money wallet. Businesses, associations, institutions can get listed for free today and enjoy a new world of convenience. Download My GH Pay for free from Play Store and App Store. myghpay.com. Buy, sell, and connect. The platform for everyone.
I believe that I can be all of the best of whatever I do. Guaranteed to take the lead.
On Vodafone Cash, it is impossible for anybody to defraud you, as all transactions are initiated and authorized by you. If you know, you know.
The future is exciting. Ready? Comfort, durability, finishing, quality. Choosing sofas and beds for your home, office, or hotel couldn't be easier with an exclusive range of sofas and beds in various designs and colors from Latex Foam. There is so much choice, whatever your budget. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Scratch up, win 'em. Scratch up, win 'em.
Today be today. Malcolm turned 30 years for Ghana, so they splash plenty 30 things.
Plenty 30?
Every 100 Ghana you spend for Malcolm fee win 300 things.
300?
TV,
30,
fridge,
30,
motorcycle.
30.
You feel win Renault car.
30.
Malcolm big 30.
Scratch up, win 'em. Scratch up, win 'em. Scratch
Get a scratch card for every 100 CDs spent at any Malcolm shop across the country. Follow the instructions to win an amazing Malcolm Big 30 prize every week. Malcolm Big 30 Scratch and Win 'em starts from 1st July until 31st August 2019.
I go win today for Tamale, make my sister win for Kumasi, then Sansu again can win more for Accra. Today be today.
Scratch up, win 'em.
Keep your winning scratch card. Samsung, platinum sponsor of Malcolm Big 30. Terms and conditions apply.
Scratch up, win 'em.
So you wanted that weave, that one that's so long it touches your toes. Got it. A disco light for the room when the sweetheart comes over. Bagged it. Those chrome spinning wheels that will have people at church praying to be you. Bought them. Now, how about those mega woofers that will wake up the whole neighborhood? Ordered. Because you've got the card that makes it all possible.
You don't need a bank account to spoil yourself. You can now securely load funds for travel, pay for goods and services online and at your favorite shop, or give your loved ones unending spending options or possibilities with a perfect gift card. Get a Cowbank prepaid card now, because you can.
Cowbank, forward together.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet. On Joy 99.7 FM.
9 minutes past 8. This is your Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Mr. Mustapha Ussif in the studio. He's Executive Director for the National Service Scheme. Your questions are coming in. I love that. 0244340437. Keep them coming. Someone was asking if, after a minister has been allowed to become a minister, when she didn't have a certificate, it's necessary at all to do it. Mr. Ussif will answer that question almost immediately, but give me a moment, because your questions are also coming in on Twitter. #JoySMS Elvis T. Wise wants to know, Daniel, please ask him about the 20% paid by private institutions. I need explanations on that. I only found out about that yesterday. Quite surprising. #Black Ninja, that's your name, Black Ninja. Hey, boss. He tweets at us #JoySMS. Please ask Mr. Ussif if the NSS Life Starter Package still exists. And if yes, how does it work? I'm in this school with another person in a PAM in the central region. And we do almost everything in the school. Sometimes we will be the only teachers in the school for the week. Nungwa Eddie Murphy. My followers, they have names. Yeah, I like that. Nungwa Eddie Murphy, good morning. I think you tweet at Mark Evans 16. Okay, it's 11 past 8. Let me just say hi to some of our sponsors. If you receive remittances from abroad, we have exciting news for you. Hey, speaking of international remittances, there's a global initiative, the Global Partnership Initiative that the NSS is holding and the International National Service. We'll answer those questions as well. But if you receive remittances from abroad, we have exciting news for you. Guarantee Trust Bank Ghana Limited, GT Bank and Ria Money Transfer Service have partnered with ZPay to launch the Ria to Mobile service, an innovative service that allows senders globally to remit funds directly into the mobile money wallets of beneficiaries in Ghana across mobile money operators. With Ria to Mobile, the days of visiting the branch to redeem your remittances are over. Just provide your mobile money number to your family, friends, and business partners abroad, and within a few minutes, your Ria remittance is credited directly into your wallet anytime, anywhere. Spread the word. Ria to Mobile is here. For further inquiries, please call our 24-hour hotline 0302611560 or our toll-free line 0800 124000. Guarantee Trust Bank. Would you rather bank with us? Now, the Vodafone Bosu offer just got bigger. Aside the Bosu weekend offer, Vodafone has taken another boss step, introducing the Bosu daily offer, the Bosu of all daily offers. Sign up to the Vodafone Bosu daily offer for 2 Ghana cedis and enjoy 100 minutes for calls to all networks, plus 100 megabytes valid for 24 hours. Yes, it's real, palm. Just dial *5588 hash now to subscribe to the Vodafone Bosu daily offer and spend your day like a boss. Are you looking for a 1, 2, or 3-seater and L-shaped sofa crafted to the finest details and available in various colors for your home, office, or hotels? Are you looking for comfortability, durability, quality, and perfect finishing? Look no further. Latex Foam is your one-stop shop destination, whatever your choice, whatever your budget. Latex Foam, your partner for life. So, Mr. Ussif, let's begin with that question on, do I need a national service certificate?
Yes, and I said national service is very, very necessary. Necessary because that's your civic responsibility to this country, your civic responsibility to the great country that we have, Ghana. Okay, and everybody is supposed to do national service. And I want to make clarification here. The minister never got certificate for not doing national service. There is a caveat in the law. At the time of graduating, if you are more than 40 years, you are qualified to apply for exemption. A national service is for those above 18 years, between 18 years and 40. So even if you are 40 and the law says you may apply, you decide that I'm 42 years, I'm graduating from University of Ghana, and I want to apply for national service. You are qualified to apply for national service. And the minister in question, at the time of graduating from UDS, was more than 40. That's where she was given the exemption.
Okay. Please inform the NSS boss that his employees at the Tudu branch take money.
It's unfortunate, and I appeal to all our employees, national service employees, to desist from taking money from the service personnel. If you are caught, the laws, the code of ethics, because we have our scheme of service and we have our code of ethics at work, it will deal with you drastically. So I will take this opportunity to appeal to all my staff to ensure that national service personnel, we encourage them to serve this country, not to make things very difficult for them. So they should.
But are we going to investigate it?
We will do that. I will do that. I will do that.
How about protecting a female service personnel from sexual harassment?
And I will appeal to these female service personnel to report such incidents to the police. Because if they report such incidents to the police and even report to national service, and such people are caught, it will serve as deterrent to others who also make any attempt in the future. We don't want them to keep such things in silence without reporting such incidents to the police. It's unfortunate.
Right, you're live on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Okay, so we still had a number of our questions we want to deal with, but I realized that the listeners have a lot more questions, and it will be very necessary. I think that in answering the listeners' questions, we'll answer all of ours as well. So I'll switch straight to your questions on WhatsApp and on Twitter now, and then in a few minutes, I'll open the phone lines for you to call in. 0302-216-541, 0244-340-437. You can also tweet at us at Joy997FM and go on our Facebook page, Joy99.7 FM. You can tweet at me personally at I am Daniel Daze. Please, when you're tweeting, add the hashtag JoySMS. It will make it very easy for us to find your questions and put them to Mr. Mustapha Ussif. So let's quickly clear this mishap up. What's global
practice?
Global Practice Initiative, and what's the International National Service?
Thank you, Dan. The International National Service is an initiative designed for our brothers and sisters in the diaspora who are also Ghanaians, and they want to one day come to Ghana and work. And as you know, national service is mandatory. And I said it earlier, without doing national service, section 7 of the Act makes it an offense for any employer to employ anybody who hasn't done national service. So it is therefore necessary to give opportunity to all Ghanaians, irrespective of the geographical location. So the international national service is designed for our brothers and sisters in the diaspora who have also graduated from universities there with expertise. Some of them even do courses which we don't have here, like railway engineering. And now His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa-Akufo-Addo, is revamping the railway sector. Last year we deployed a good number of those with those backgrounds to support the Ministry of Railways. So they are bringing the expertise on board. And the global practice is an opportunity that we have designed, initiative we designed for our brothers and sisters doing national service, to have an exchange program. We understand that the job market is now global. We expect that national service personnel in Ghana, if you have graduated from University of Ghana or KNUST or University of Cape Coast, your job search should not be limited to only Ghana here. You should be able to get a job with Merrill Lynch, Bank of America. You should be able to apply to Barclays, UK, and get a job. So we give you that international exposure, just 6-week work training, work study training, exchange program, to work with some of these international agencies. Microsoft recently employed 3 young Ghanaians to go and work in America. Okay, those Ghanaians were trained and they studied in Ghana. After their national service, they had an IT background. We have fantastic young men doing wonderful things in Ghana. Deredine Daisy, Deredine competed at Ashwashi University, Slad Pay. He developed this IT firm with his colleagues, and they are doing so well. So we want to give such young men opportunity, okay, to also have international exposure. And we have partners agencies like SOS International. We have also Interprofessional from Chicago approach us to design this exchange program. We have as soon as we launch that initiative, we have more than 5 entities approach us to get this project implemented. And some of them will be sent for 6-week work study, okay, in the US or in Canada, in France, okay, Ukraine, Russia, to just go and have that international exposure, work for international companies. You may be lucky, get hired, okay, after your national service. So it's not like we are posting you to do your 1-year national service. You'll be deployed to EZAC in Tantala, or you'll be deployed to Patwa in Volta region to do your national service. But if you make impact there, you can apply for such program.
How many people will be sent?
The pilot program that we are designing, we are considering only 200 for now, but it is very competitive. And this is also serve as motivation to our service personnel. It's also a motivation factor that if you have this, if you go through national service, I have this opportunity to have an international exchange program that I can have exposure and also bring that experience that I'm going to learn from maybe Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, working for just 6 weeks and come. When I was studying in the UK, after studying in the UK, I had the opportunity of working for a Jewish company in Block-Henstein in Pennsylvania. In my second year, I had an exchange program. For 6 weeks, I was in Pennsylvania working for a Jewish company. And that experience alone today has propelled me to sit where I'm sitting today.
How much is this program costing?
The program, it depends. It depends from the jurisdictions where you are going, okay? And the US, for example, you pay just about per service personnel, you pay for your visa, and but you'll be paid a stipends for during the time that you will be working.
By who?
By the company where you are going to be assigned to do the exchange program.
So which cost is covered by NSS?
The NSS will not cover any cost. We don't put in any money. The service personnel will bear their own air tickets. Okay, there will be accommodation, hostel facility arranged for you. You will be paid stipends wherever you are deployed to.
Does it not mean then that it will exclude persons who can't pay?
Yes, it's very difficult, but we don't have the funding because this is a golden opportunity for all service personnel. But unfortunately, we don't have the funding to fund all service personnel. We don't have the funding to fund all service personnel. Okay, so because we don't have the funding, it is unfortunate that we can't give opportunity to everybody.
So NSS is not spending anything.
We are not spending even a cedi. It's an opportunity that we've identified, and we think that we only give it to service personnel to benefit.
All right. Okay, I will soon open the phone lines 0302-216-541 and 0244-340-437. I have a texter here. If you have misplaced your PIN to check your placement, what do you do? If you've misplaced your PIN to check your placement, what do you do?
Oh, you just approach National Service Office with your name, your surname, your full name. We are able to get you your PIN back for you to be able to check wherever. Because we've created a login page for every service personnel, so you have your login details. If you think you have misplaced it, just go to our nearby office and it will be rectified.
Okay. Daniel, please, I want to find out how to obtain my national service certificate, and do I need to pay for it? I did my national. I think this has been addressed.
We have National Service Certificate website, nsscertificate.com. So Google, just go to nsscertificate.com and put in your NSS number. You can request for your certificate online. It will be delivered to you within 24 hours.
Yes, and my social media executive, Dennis, has done his request right now. So we ourselves are stress testing the system that you're telling us of. So nsscertificates.com, right? One of my texters, my cousin Anthony, was asking a question about how his friend did his national service, did not go. And like I was saying earlier, he shared the allowance with his management.
It's unfortunate I'm hearing this because I don't believe what I'm hearing, that you will not, in this day and age, with all the systems that we have put in place, we still have individual line managers that will condone, because you also should know that we deploy to private user agency. So I'm not sure where he's referring to, whether it's a private company that we're paying or it's a public sector. Because if it's the public sector, it will be very, very unlikely because of the systems that we have put in place.
Why is it unlikely?
Because the systems that every month by month, you need your monthly return form endorsed by 3 people. So you can't have all these 3 people.
Only one of those 3 people has direct contact with you. He's the only one you need to compromise.
It will be, and I still believe that with the system that we have put in place, it will be, even with the latest technology, just geographical, somebody can just go and stand where he has been deployed to, okay, and you think that he's there and he's working, okay. Meanwhile, he's not doing the work. So that is why it is still important that we have officers monitoring various user agencies to ensure that the service personnel that we've deployed, they are actually working. And I don't want to believe that the good number of service personnel doing this human job for this country, such things should make the good job we are doing.
All right. We are opening the phone lines now. But what if you've lost your NSS number for the certificate, the NSS certificate?
If you come to the national service, and you tell us the year you did your service and the school you completed, we'll be able to give you an NSS number.
Okay, thank you. Amy is on the line from La Paz. The phone lines are opening now. 0302216541. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning, Daniel and team. Okay, you're doing well though, but I have this question to ask. There was this word of mine who did petroleum engineering and been posted to Dawa, Kintampo, beyond. What for? We tried the district to everybody who saw the posting engine, computer, whatever, petroleum engineering. Would I come and send to the classroom to do what? He mentioned that people in the health sector, pharmacy, whatever, are sent to the hospital. So this specific courses like this, why would they send them to the classroom? That's my question. Anyway, he made an impact there, though, but then at the end, his CV wouldn't be attractive.
Thank you very much, Amy, for calling us from La Paz. Mr. Ussif, so what informs the deployment?
I would love to send all petroleum engineers to petroleum companies, but we should also realize that if you have done petroleum engineering, it is believed that you have science and maths background, and there is nothing wrong with a petroleum engineer being sent to Salaga Secondary School to go and teach mathematics or teach physics.
But this is a critical skill that is needed.
But the problem, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's needed. But even the petroleum companies don't want those with petroleum engineers. Last year, we deployed those with petroleum engineering to the petroleum companies. They rather prefer those with electrical engineering, mechanical engineering from KNUST. If you have done petrol, because we discovered oil and everybody now are going towards petroleum engineering, because that is very limited. If you have done petroleum engineer and you compare petroleum engineer to electrical engineer, most of the companies will rather request for those with open engineering, like civil engineering. There is no any civil engineer or electrical engineer or mechanical engineer that will post to anywhere, because they are even high demand. But petroleum engineer is very, very limited. You can only be posted to a petroleum companies. And there are few petroleum companies in Ghana.
Did the petroleum companies reject the petroleum engineers
yes,
being posted?
Yes.
How many?
Last year they rejected more than 50 petroleum engineers.
50 petroleum engineers were rejected
last year.
Okay, Kofi Asante is on the line from Laboni. Good morning, Kofi.
Yeah, good morning. Daddy, how are you?
I am blessed. Let's take your question.
Very well. You did ask him whether they have any package for people who are sent to deprived areas, and it's like you guys are waiting on that. Can you say something on that? People who will be sent to deprived areas who are not ideally not willing, is there any package for them so that they will be encouraged to go to those areas? Because people need the service. When I go to Front Plains, for instance, there are places that, master, when you go there, it's not easy at all. And yet, people should be there working for the people there. So let's get something.
Thank you very much, Kofi Asante. We've asked that question, but I'll have Mr. Ussif reiterate that for us. Yaya is on the line from Tamale. Good morning, Yaya.
Good morning.
Yes, Yaya, let's hear you.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Let's hear you.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Yaya, you're on air.
In fact, my question is just simple. Yeah, one of my brother, he's working the national service. Sometimes it will come to two months. He will not receive the other ones. I don't know the reason why they are doing that. And every day he is reporting to work, and every blessed day. Sometimes he can put on the ground. Sometimes he will take out and go. And at the end of the month, he will not receive the monthly allowances. It's total worry for us. And then my second question is that there are some people, they are already in some particular number of the government sector, and then they have find themselves to do the national service. I don't know if they are going to post them in different places altogether. Maybe it can happen that they may lose the job that they are already doing that. So actually, if they can post them to that work that the same way that they are doing, so that when they feel they can maintain them there, and then the things will be okay for them. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. How long has your friend or your relative not been paid for? Hello, Yaya. Oh, he's gone off the line. Right, Nick.
But he was following the letter. They'll give him only 1 month again.
Can you restate that for me? For how many months has he not been paid?
I said, Only 2 months. Oh.
He has not been paid for 2 months.
So he went to the office and report. So, yeah, he only report for 2 months. So he went to the office and report. And then they tell him to do some kind of preface or so. So what he did, they give him 1 month. And then the other 1 month, he was still hungry with it. So I don't know. That time is really ending. Just this year that I'm talking about.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Yaya. And Nick from Mr. will be our last caller. Then we take the answers to the questions. Good morning, Nick.
Yeah, good morning.
Great. Nick, let's hear you.
Okay, my question is, when is the first batch of the trained teachers going to end their trained teacher service personnel going to end their service? Because according to the minister, there's going to be posting by GS by September, whilst they started the service in January, meaning the 1 year period would not be over by the time they will be posting in September.
Thank you very much, Nick from Nsawam, for calling. We'll have that question answered very, very shortly. Okay, so we had Amy from La Paz's question answered. Yaya's relative has not received the salary in some 2 months.
Yeah. When I was taking you through the payment process, I told you that the service personnel have a responsibility to ensure that they get their line managers to endorse their monthly return form before they are paid. Okay. We don't just do wholesale payment of service personnel allowance just because we've posted you. We will only ensure and audit every single monthly return form. If your line manager having endorsed it, you will not get paid. Also, you should ensure that you submit your monthly return form on time. So from 15th of every month, between 15th to 25th of every month, you ensure that you get your line manager, your district director, if you are teaching, your head teacher, should endorse your monthly return form before you get paid. The other question of where people already working, then being deployed to different areas. In our registration process, you are asked whether you are already employed. If you indicate you are already employed, then you provide the address and the company where you are already working. We would normally 100% employ you there. But if you don't indicate, it then becomes very difficult for National Service to deploy you to where you are working. So we will appeal to all service personnel, prospective service personnel, that if you are asked that you are already employed, just indicate. It will not take anything from you. You will be deployed to where you said you are working.
And for the teachers?
For the teachers, that's also a very good question. We deployed them in November 2018, but they started the service. So because of the Christmas activities and those things, most of them started service in January. They will be finishing their service. We've gotten a communication from Ghana Education Service. Normally they were supposed to finish their service by November, but the Ghana Education Service have secured clearance from Ministry of Finance to employ them permanently. And we gave them that assurance that after going through national service, they are going to be employed by Ghana Education Service. With the human job and the hard working that my Minister of Education, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, is doing, he has been able to secure clearance from the Minister of Finance to get all of them employed. Okay, so they will be engaged in September. By then, they will have 1 month leave. They still have a leave month that they will enjoy. So they will not be anything. They will be issued with all their national service certificates and also get their permanent employment.
Right. Let's take your final words now, your final message now to listeners before.
My final message to all service personnel, especially those who are going to start in September 2nd September, is that they should go through the service registration, get their biometric data captured, and ensure that they go and submit their appointment letter to our regional offices, and also get their user agency endorsed, and follow all the guidelines. Once they follow all the guidelines, they will have a stress-free service period, and we are available to help them settle in well and make sure that they also make huge impact in our country and also contribute to the economic development of this country. And those of them that we've deployed to the private sector, it is also job-ready time. We are organizing capacity building. The days where you are just deployed and somebody asks of motivation, we are organizing capacity building for all service personnel and get them work ready. So that once you finish your service, you are already ready, you are qualified, you've gotten all the skills that an employer will want to get from every employee, so that you will be able to be hired by any employer in the world.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ussif. Someone mentioned a question about Life Starter Pack.
Life Starter Pack is an initiative, a private vendor brought, where service personnel are given some home appliances like televisions and fridge and other things. It is optional. It is not compulsory. It's still available for all national service personnel. Then you can sign up, and like high purchase, you sign up so that you get all the necessary things that you need to start life. You get your television, you get your mattress, you get fridge, you get stove, you get everything, so that you can settle in well.
But it's not compulsory.
It's not compulsory. So, but it's still available for all service personnel.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mustapha Ussif.
Thank you, Daniel. I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
We are grateful that you came. 25 minutes till we hit the top of the hour. Social media messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Today's agenda is brought to you by Societe Generale. And your text messages are brought to you by Afro Daniel Bachman's Last Year Lifetime and Glyco Critical Illness Plan, GSIP. Glyco, we cushion you.